Okay, lads. Finally, on factorising part 4, you'll be delighted. You've done your penance. Um, right. So in part four of it, it's very simple actually. I'm just going to do a little bit of basic factorising. Factorise 15 BC minus 3c squared. Okay, so the first thing you can think to yourself, there's many options. Now, you want to pause the video and do it yourself and then look back too. Okay, so okay, have I got square numbers? 15, nah. 3, nah, it's not going to work. So I can't do the first minus second bracket, first plus second, that term thing. That's not going to work. Can I do the one with the start, middle and end of the story with the grid? No, because I've got two terms. That's not going to work. I wonder, can I use the highest common factor? So there's my three options. Yep, I think I can go down the highest common factor. So the highest common factor within these two terms that we're looking at. So the first thing I'm going to say is, well, 3 is the highest common factor in the two terms for 15 and 3. C is the next highest common factor. By the way, lads, I could not say c squared and open up a bracket because I've only got one c here with a baby 1 and I got a c with a little 2. So I can't be taking out, like what I used to be thinking when I was going to school, that to me, when I used to take the number and the letter out, I was taking out what was the highest from each term. Taking it out, you get me, is in division nearly. So 3 into 15 goes 5 times. And then you're left with b. I have to leave b there. I can't take it out. C with the little 1. If I take out the c with the little 1, sure, I don't need to. I can't put in a c now because it's gone. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a minus value, and the 3 has already been taken out. So 3 into 3 goes once. Now I can see 1 if I want there. And look, I had 2 little c's. I now have 1 c taken out. So I'm left with c1. And that's my answer. The next one then we'll do is the final one we're going to do is we're going to factorise (8x squared minus 2y squared). Okay, it may be more difficult to see this type of one because you think, have I got 2 square numbers? Well, I don't have 2 square numbers, but I do have 2 letters that square together. So for example, I've got x squared equals x multiplied by x. So we don't know what the numbers are, but that's definitely a square expression. Y squared equals y multiplied by y. Okay, but like really and truly, I can't simplify down the 8 to any extent. So what I would suggest is after that is I can't use the start, middle and end of the story. Now for my own class, that means now start, middle and end will mean the grid, okay? Because I don't have 3 terms, I've only got 2. That leads me then with maybe just going back to basics, like is there anything in common I can take out of the 2 terms and put it outside the brackets. So let's try it. Okay, I'm going to take out the highest number that I can take out is 2. And what I'm going to be left with then is I can't take out the x, lads, because there's not an x in the second term. I can't take out a y because there's only the y in the second term. So I'm going to open up the brackets, and again, what is going to be left inside? 2 into 8 goes 4 times. I'm left with x squared. 2 into 2 goes once, isn't it? But remember, there's a minus there. It's going to be minus 1. And I've got a y squared. Okay, then the only thing is, I'm looking at that thinking, is there anything else I can do? Now, if you do look on the inside of this bracket, you might think, geez, the answer is done. But like, have you simplified it fully? I've got a 2 and I've got a 1. And to me, they're square numbers because 2 multiplied by 2 will give me 4. And I have 1 multiplied by 1 would give me 1. So I can break that down a little bit further. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 2 just to the side. I'm just going to open up a bracket. Now, just put in 2 big brackets on this one. I'm now working what's inside the brackets. So what I have is 4x squared. I can change that to 2x squared, because 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, x multiplied by x is x squared. So I put a bracket around it. I then put down my minus sign because there's a minus in the question there. I'm going to put another bracket and say 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, and y multiplied by y is y. Close the brackets and put a squared on it. So finally, lads, this is what I have. 2 bracket 2x minus 1, 2x plus 1, close the brackets. Now, I know you'll be thinking, oh, geez, there's some load of brackets there now. Really and truly, it's probably the best way to, especially when you're inputting into a calculator. I know you're not inputting anything there into a calculator right now, but I'm coming from the background of, if you have calculators, you'd be very careful with the brackets. So what I've done here is, right, I'm just going to review this one again. That's the answer to this part. What I'm going to highlight, let's say in pink or whatever purple it is, this is my final answer in total. So let's just go over this particular one. It looks actually quite simple, doesn't it? And then it comes out to be a little bit complicated. So the question was, factorize that. I took out the 2 and I got, and what was left inside was 4x squared minus 1y squared. And then someone else could decide, oh sure, I'm done now, I'll go on to the next question. But you need to be careful. You always have to think, is there anything you can simplify more? And you can see the 4 and the 1, and like they're square numbers. So you could go again. So all we're doing, lads, is we're bringing down the 2 all the time. We're doing nothing with it. We're done with the 2. We're just looking at what's underlined in green in this line up here. And then getting the squares of them. So then just going, where the 2x minus 1, 2x plus 1 comes out of, is that it's part of our formula. That you say first term minus second term, bracket, first term plus second, where the first term is 2x and the second term is 1y. Oh, I've seen one little mistake there. That should be minus 1y and plus 1y. Okay, so therefore your answer is 2 bracket 2x minus 1y. I suppose we could take away some of the brackets, couldn't we? 1y bracket 2x plus 1y. There's our final answer.